We're recording again.
Okay, okay. Okay. And if Francisco, can you put the agenda back up on the screen?
Sure. Perfect. Okay. There's my project. Can you read it?
And oh, yes, thank you. All right. Tonight we're going to have a discussion here in terms of our Free Toast Host website. And okay, yeah, all right, thank you. So we're gonna have a panel here. We're gonna find out more about the website. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I just. I mean, okay, all right. I'm looking at the chat here, Francisco. Thank you for sharing that. All right, we'll follow tonight. We're going to do the basics of our community website portal. We'll follow also rules on the panel and question answer project. So if you have questions, bring that to panel. Pilot of what the interim public relations manager shared with the district as around the corner on half a point of our 2021 Toastmasters year. Title Francisco Palacio's speech is channeling Francisco Palacio.
Thank you. Leadership outreach. I am piling up a few things as usual. Somebody called me an initiator. The Leaders Forum today, the focus is Free Toast Hosts, but what for is what I'm going to try to explain in the project I chose, because now I have 3 paths to complete, thanks to me being an eager beaver, buying a second one before we got the free one. So imagine what kind of a dilemma I'm in. So yes, Lucy, ha ha ha. So that's why you see this. I just recently did 2 of the Q&A and moderating a panel, those 2 great level 4 and 5 projects. Strongly recommend them. But the title of building a social media presence, I feel that starts with our club website, okay? So to me, the club website is the first place. It follows the model that we're trying to follow with the district as I'm learning to help with PR, is that first it goes in the district site and then it can go in other places, not the other way around. You try to put things there because guess what? As I'm also wearing my hat of interim BPM, Vice President of Membership. And thank you, Lucy, for spotting all those little details and minutia for some of us that are just trying to learn how to work into those roles. As Vice President of Membership, to me, marketing the site effectively, and I really appreciate both you and Donna considering recording the package. I think it went pretty well today. I hope you like the results. You get to decide what you do with them. I have been putting this on my YouTube channel, so this is also part of my release. It's for public dissemination. I'm going to put up a couple of slides to identify the segment next. But the speech today is about building your social media presence. And to me, Free Toast Host is the club's cornerstone to social media for a very simple reason. The more we keep it updated, that's our first impression. And it's definitely the place where we can say to a guest, this is a club worth joining. Okay? So with that intro, after the intro, I'm going to share a bit of identification. We have been recently renamed. We're no longer Ashford University. We're now the University of Arizona Global Campus. Reminds me of another state university here in Indiana that went that same route. They bought an established player. Now they have a global campus. Again, this is part of my master's in instructional design technology. Today, thanks to leadership outreach, we're going to work on this topic of Fritos host a primer. And again, if you feel you don't want to be on the video, simply turn off your camera. Otherwise, be aware this is part not only of my schoolwork, but it will be made available to the club, and eventually I will submit it for the trio to consider adding it to the library. Also, as some of you know, oops, this is part of a HPL. Fortunately, one of the guidance committee members still here. Hi, Sam. Which was titled in the summer, Collaborative Content Creation and Curation. It's a level 5 elective, old-fashioned HPL. I say old-fashioned even though they have streamlined the project amazingly. It's very to the point, and it's ideal for anybody that wants to get involved in putting together an event. So this first chunk, this first 5-7, I'm going to focus on 3 things so I don't go overboard, but then we're going to open it up for your questions. Hopefully, I'll be able to give you additional demos on your questions about Fritos Host as the club website, as the cornerstone of any public relations social media strategy. So to me, there are 3 salient features in Fritos Host right now that are worth revisiting in detail for the members. How many of you have noticed that there is now this really cool feature called Quick Agenda Sign Up? We're going to go into that in a minute. Second, meeting roles. When you see the meeting roles, if you have ever gone to an agenda and you see the meeting roles have a little asterisk, first of all, that will allow the meeting role to sign up once and show up multiple times on the agenda, but also you can decide which role can help edit the agenda. I think that's a great time saver. It loses a lot of the last minute concerns if we have to switch something, much like the Basecamp Manager or BCM that we have now renamed, if you will, or added some functionality to the Vice President of Education, much like the Basecamp Manager. There are multiple officers that can submit our pathways completions. Well, guess what? And also record the awards in international. Let's not forget that. The meeting roles can help with the agenda, not only an officer, the admin, or the VP. And finally, on the same tack, I thought of adding this third feature where officers are able to manage specific areas of Fritos. So I'm going to stop sharing. And I'm going to start by showing you the quick meeting sign up. The quick meeting sign up, if you're on the go or even on the phone, I've used it. It's a really cool feature. I think I'm going to go over my 5 to 7, but thank you, Laura. The quick meeting sign up is right here. Quick role sign up. Oh. I hope I'm not sharing. Sorry about that. Okay. Now I'm finally sharing. I'm going to close it. If you look at it, you guys see my mouse, the little circle around it, right? It's on the members only area right below meeting agendas. You have this quick role sign up. You click on that. It has the drop downs for the agendas, which by the way, they're all the way there up to June 7th. And you can say, okay, for February, I want to sign up. You had set your attendance, and right here, it's a condensation of the agenda. Okay. So instead of having to scroll through the whole agenda, you can come in here and see the roles that are available. Of course, I'm already there as an evaluator, but I think personally, this is a quick on your phone way to get to picking up a role. And after you select the role, you can click in here and set the attendance. See, you have uncertain and not attending. So personally, this quick meeting role sign up, I think is one of the salient features of Fritos Host. Meeting roles can edit the agenda. I'm going to show you that next. We're in our agenda for today. So if I change something, it won't be that bad. Uh, Edit this meeting agenda. Normally, the VPE or people who have been assigned that can edit the agenda, and of course the admin. But guess what? Somebody like Joe, let me show you where that happens. You click here and edit this meeting agenda. And to verify that he can change that, you go now back down here, again to the pencil and action. I'm in the editing. Let me close this a little bit. Yes, Laura, I'm sorry. I'm going to go a little bit over time. That whole explanation ate up half my speech, but we're in good shape. It's 7:52. So you edit here, and I think this is right here. If any of the roles, and as you can see, I have the Toastmaster up here, okay? If any of the roles that you have designated, when you do this little asterisk thing, that's a trick in FreeToast Host to allow for the role to be repeated so people can sign up once, but then if you put Toastmaster, they'll show up multiple times. If you click in here, the person assigned to this role can edit this meeting agenda. You're essentially saying, hey, let me not take it off. You're saying, Joe or Toastmaster of the evening, if anything happens, you can also pitch in if the officer, VPE, or the admin is not around, they can edit the meeting agenda as though they were an admin or the officer designated. I'm going to close that. Okay. And then finally, to me, the other big thing is that officers are able to manage specific areas. If you can, when you can, take a look at the left side. Yours should look different than mine. Yours should look different than mine. I will show you how we set up for people like Lucy and Sam to not need to go in with the admin password. It's complex and it's somewhat delicate, but I have website settings, membership management, assigning mentors, email and contact forms. These were given to me by the admin. So a Sam or Francisco or a Tom could have gone in here logged in again. I'm logging in as the site administrator. I normally keep this and close and then launch the admin console. Instead of having to deal with all this, you can come here to the website, to the settings. Hold on. Okay, on website settings. Okay, access settings. That's how it's actually called. You come here. Don't you think that's in that awesome feature? You can delegate the admin console access. Whoops, sorry, I was trying to highlight this. You can delegate the admin console access to access website settings. Right now we have Sam, myself, and myself. Maybe I want to update this to the VPPR. Let's try that now. Hey, Lucy, let me take this off and make you part of allow website settings. Save. Right now, Sam, myself, and Lucy can access the website settings. Membership management. Guess what? I am, maybe I'm here, president membership and treasurer to allow contact form. I'm going to change this. Since I'm already, I already have the admin. Lucy, can we give you some delegation on the membership management? We can all do that, okay? The bottom line of this feature, and since I'm at red, and I know that I can hear the questions popping in the air, is that not only the admin or the president or the VPE are able to help with the website, but roles that are designated and delegated here, like Lucy here, you are on custom web pages. You're on agenda settings and templates. So that is something that's very flexible. I'm going to hit here and close. Oh, let's see who else can help me with this. The president and the VPPR. There you go. And we're going to close, and I'm going to stop sharing. I think that covered. Let me change the share here for a second. That covered what I wanted to show you. Let me wrap up with that, this portion of the speech, even though I went so over, but that's why I love the Leaders Forum. Again, I show you quick agenda sign up, the fact that meeting roles can be set up to edit the agenda when you're creating the agenda or a template, and the officers are able to manage specific areas of the site. And now I'm going to stop the share and put us all on gallery view so that I can not only entertain your questions, if you have comments, something that you have learned about Fritos Host, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Francisco. Let me throw this out. I'll throw this first question out to everybody else. Have you had any other of your other clubs that are really into Fritos Hosts? And if so, are they using any what features are they typically using right now?
Go, Laura. You're muted. And
I
Red.
know. I was waiting to be. I thought before I unmute, I want to make sure that nobody else, because I thought I saw your hand up too or something. Our Eastside Club uses the Free Toast Host site, and we use it for signing up for the roles, but that has just started going into that endeavor, so we're still trying to get the people trained to do it. They're trying to get somebody to. They've got one member that's in charge of PR, and they're trying to get him to help update the site. And I need to go in myself and update, like where we've got some new members so they can have access to the site. And there's, a couple things that need to be done, but they're trying to incorporate it into their regular way of doing things. So it's an in process thing. It's, hasn't made perfection yet, but we're trying.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'll jump in here too. I have two other clubs that are regular users. Well, actually, right now, just one club is a regular user of the site, and they use it for, like, here at Leadership Outreach, for meeting roles, sites for the agenda. I have one other club that has used it for, actually, they used to have kept a newsletter for the club on the site, but they didn't use it for the meeting roles, for the meeting agendas, and for sign up for roles. And then the other club, I have one other club that uses it, and the only thing they use it for is just to tell, hey, the club exists, and it's periodically updated with information about things going on for the club. That's the only reason they use it.
Sam, I don't know, Lucy or Donna, you want to go first? I had a comment on how much we use of it. And
I was just going to say, very nice job on the layout of Free Toast Host. I can tell that they have changed the access and the compatibility of it since the last time I used it years ago. So right now, I think my two clubs are doing Meetup and other social media.
Lucy, you had something?
I think that you covered it well, of what the club members can use it for.
Yeah, that was the idea. And thank you. And I want to give a thought for why more Fritos hosts, and why, again, I'm deciding, and hopefully we share this and have some clubs come in and comment and generate, I would say, some interest, is very simple. If you notice, the district website is built on FreeToast host. So the more one learns to navigate and work with, and that in delegated mode. Just recently, somebody was asking for something. They asked the webmaster. They said, you do this or you have to ask somebody else. These tools, as Donna pointed out, as they evolve and become more powerful, there's more of that delegation going on where you can simply learn to, okay, I'm going to get good at doing agendas or the homepage. Personally, I feel the homepage on the district, it keeps the most updated information, and what they want to feature is there. We're supposed to report out and finding out. We're supposed to report that out to international. They want to know. And I had a call with the region and said, hey, when you look at it, even though the team was a bit unbalanced recently, the communication is getting up there. And again, the cornerstone is the district website. If you hear Scott say it, he will always ask you, did you check the district calendar? He spends time there. So for me to kind of follow up with that here on this recording and with us at Leadership Outreach, now that I saw an email, for example, from Sam talking about let's reposition ourselves. Go ahead. The survey said let's reposition ourselves as an advanced club. We've heard some feedback from guests that I'm like, if we could just, close on that and remind them, hey, between the experience that we represent and the way we operate. And that's what I'm hoping with this today, that once I send you, by the way, Donna and Lucy, I'm going to try something with you. It's more private and I think it's more practical. The recording in Zoom, let me try to find it. It's in the, let me see if I can divert to that. No, that'd be dangerous. The recording in Zoom, I will send you a link with a password. So nobody else but you can download your file. Remember that thing Adele and Sam and I did to try to show you how to put it on YouTube? There's more of that coming. My grade depends on it. But right now, I just want you to try to get that. I'll send you the link. As soon as we're done here, they should be there. You take a look at it, download it. Just download it and look at it on your computer. What you decide to do with it next is why I chose the Build Your Social Media Presence project for this, because we can talk about 100 places, but if you grab a great speech like the ones that we're giving today, packaged with an evaluation and an intro, we're asking people for 7-10 minutes of their time, and you say, you know what, I'm going to put this in a place where I feel comfortable. That's the key. We have our meetings. Somebody helps us record it. We look at it. We give maybe yes, maybe no, not that one. We understand. You got your evaluation in a way enhanced by the actual tape. That's something I have an article from, I think, Forbes in the fall, late fall. They interviewed the current world champion of public speaking, and that was one of the blurbs. Watch the tape. So if we generate that for our own edification, but then we decide to share it, guess what? We're going to make there you go. I'm looking at here. Our public relation officers' life easier because they're going to have something. To me, it's intrinsically what we do. We create these wonderful outlets for our experiences, our thoughts, our education, all those things that drive us. We create these little capsules that we can put out there. And Laura, going back to the other saving grace of Zoom, we're already in a Zoom. As soon as we're in it, you hit that record button. It comes to a moment, and look, we've progressed in that. You give a little pause. It's almost second nature. And how many great speeches could we record? Because this is the other part of the challenge that I'm going to throw out. This is now to Leadership Outreach first, and hopefully out to the district. 2024 is the first 100 years of this organization. How could we make it grow? By simply sharing what we normally do here with the people that we choose. That's why today I'm also saying, I'm not going to put it anywhere. No. Mine goes in places. I ask you for permission, but yours, you decide where you want to put that speech. And the moment that file is on your computer, it's your choice. Doesn't go anywhere, or OMG. Loading a video nowadays to a place like Facebook or YouTube or Vimeo, it's very, 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 as Donna said before, evolved. It's way easier than it used to be. I'm not saying it's easy, it's easier. So with that thought, that's why also Fritos host Lucy. I want you to think about putting it up there. And this is the one thing I want to close with. If you don't mind, I want to show you something about, and this is for you, Sam, for the videos, okay? How much time do I have, Laura? Did I go over the half hour already?
Well, we have like, let's see, 10 minutes left for, no, well, not even that. We have theoretically 3 minutes left for the meeting, 8 minutes. Yeah, left for the meeting.
Oh.
So you're getting really close.
Sorry. We'll save it for another video. Sam, what I wanted to show you, what I wanted to show everybody, it's the difference between just putting in a link. That's okay. I'll save it for another one. Putting in a link and embedding. There's this thing called embedding. Most sites now use it. YouTube uses it. You can go, I'm going to share. Yeah, you can share the link. That's cool. But if you see a little lesser than and greater than sign, that's code that in most places like Fritos host, and I'm going to set out a challenge for you that have access. Go see if you feel like comfortable taking your video and putting it on a web page using the what they call, most places is called the HTML editor. Wow. It's the way we load them to the district website. So I'm just going to stop there. I'm going to share again my little branding thing for 1 second so I can. So today we cover the Fritos host salient features, the quick agenda sign up, meeting roles, can edit the agenda, officers are able to manage specific areas. We had some great Q&A on how to use it. I had a plug at the end. I'm sorry I went a little bit over time. Oops. Sorry, that was my PowerPoint getting mad at me. I'm gonna try again. 1 second. Okay, I'll be nice. Let me share. Okay, there is that. Okay, and so we wrap this up. I use this for branding in the video once I upload the it's called a thumbnail. So I stop that, and since I'm in control of the playback recording, I'm gonna pause.